Hello. I hope you're all having a good time. Today we're going to talk about the games that passed on Saturday, being Chelsea Fulham and Newcastle Manchester City. And at the end of the video, we are going to start our transfer list for transfer targets for Gameweek 22. So stay tuned up until the end. We're going to update that list throughout the Gameweek 21 fixtures, so they're spread in 2 weeks. It's going to be a hell of a ride for that list, but we need to start writing it right now. We're going to include players from Burnley, Luton, Newcastle, Manchester City, Fulham or Chelsea, so those 6 teams can get into the transfer target list. I don't think we're going to extend it as much as the midfielder shortlist that we had, and we're going to put proper not only midfielders but players that have been pretty obvious to have impact on the games and are doing well. So yeah, be prepared for that. Before jumping into the main portion of the video, if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down if you think I'm missing something or something you want to see throughout Game Week 22's preparation. But now let's start by discussing the games that happened today. As you can see, player bonuses have not yet been updated, so it's pretty much after the game against City and Newcastle have passed. From my team, I have 3 players with 2 points. It's pretty bad that Foden got only 2 points as my transfer. It did not go well for him. Alvarez missed several bad chances. Leno conceded a goal, but Palmer scored. But Palmer is heavily owned, so I would have much preferred Leno to save the penalty. But yeah, it is what it is. Maybe that week won't be as good as the previous ones. But I have Saka as captain, who is going, if he scores a lot of points, he is going to skyrocket my rank, so I'm not too afraid about that. I have obvious submissions such as Richarlison in my squad. Swanke is not in. Tomorrow, who else can hurt me? Maybe Manchester United players. Then I think that's it. Gordon already played, KDB played, Haaland was out. So yeah, apart from Swanke, Richarlison and maybe Areola, I'm fine. And if Saka returns massively, I will be perfectly fine for throughout this game week. But now let's start with the games for Chelsea and Fulham. So it was 1-0 to Chelsea. They controlled the whole game, but Fulham had their chances. Chelsea got 2, hit the crossbar 2 times, not the crossbar but the sidebar. Say with 2 shots, Sterling with the assist, a lot of yellow cards by their team. Gusto should have been sent off when the score was 0-0, at least in my opinion. Liverpool players this season have been sent off for far less, so I believe that it was not right to stay on the pitch. But this is my opinion, not the referee. The bonus points will go to Palmer, Petrovic and Colwill. Colwill with 1 bonus point. He played really well, so it's expected. Petrovic 4 saves. He was good as well, a clean sheet, so a massive 10-point hauler. And Palmer with his goal, even though he got a yellow card, got the bonus points. From Fulham's perspective, Willian played well. Andreas Pereira was alright. Their defense was solid apart from the mistake by Diop, who made the penalty, but I believe those mistakes can happen. We're now going to start updating the lists with performances by Chelsea and Fulham, because we need to keep that up to track. So we're going to start by adding Chelsea players. So I've discussed Chelsea in the FA Cup, but I have not added the Carabao Cup fixture, Carabao semi-final part 1. Oh, not the whole, so I'll put that here. Let's put that as a part 1. It was Middlesbrough 1, Chelsea 0. Now let's go and see the tactics from Chelsea. So yeah, let's see how they played. I didn't manage to watch that game, but Chelsea weren't too good, if I have to be honest. Their lineup didn't change a lot, so Broyo was benched. But apart from that, I can see that it was the same lineup as today. But we're going to add it for sure. Madueke, by the way, today joined the on second half, and he was dangerous. He was dangerous for sure. Mudryk didn't play, or at least I don't think he played, but we'll confirm that in a minute. So yeah, seeing that semi-final game, Enzo, Madueke left and Gusto were replaced. So yeah, they didn't do much here. Let's add the average positions because it's important. So the most advanced guy was Madueke. I am adding the average positions after subs as well, but it isn't something special for sure. Let me just mute that voice because it's annoying to hear every time I make a screenshot. So what to make from that game? Madueke was advanced. Something else. Palmer on the right. Sterling coming inside from the left. And that's basically it. The substitutes didn't change the game. So we are adding Palmer, big chance missed, just to remember that. Okay, now it's time for Gameweek 21. Here is the game against, so it was Chelsea 1 to Fulham. So going to that game today, we have the lineup. It's basically the same apart from Broja coming in for Madueke. So yeah, but they did far better than the game against Middlesbrough. I watched some highlights and they were far more impressive here. As you can see, Ben Chilwell is back into the squad, Chukwuemeka is back, but Mudryk didn't get playtime. So sorry, this is a transfer target list that I've already prepared to add some additions to it, but we will get into that in a couple of minutes. So let's add the average positions. So player average positions, as you can see, Broja was hell of advanced, but so Gusto was advanced, Palmer on the right once again, Caicedo was deep, but yeah, it was okay. Then the subs came on, so I will add the notes here. Gusto advanced, and so basically 3-5-2 was it, but let's put it as a 3-4-3. Palmer on the right, coming inside, Sterling on the left, more often inside than Palmer. So Sterling was the most dangerous player. That's what I remember from the game. So something else in first half, the first half press was very impressive, and that's what I can add for Chelsea, so it's not bad. Okay, I will add the okay, I'm adding that, and we can finish up Chelsea. Next up is Fulham. We're going to add the Carabao Cup semi-final. So Carabao semi-final part 1. Let's go here. It was Liverpool 2-1 to Fulham. Okay, let's go and see how Fulham line up in that game. I watched it. Fulham were very well structured. They played all right, and they were a little bit tired today for the game against Chelsea, but the lineup changed just by a little. Harrison Reed, yeah, I will discuss the changes. So here it was Timothy Castan, Harrison Reed and Cordova Reed again played alright in that game, but Bobby de Cordova Reed missed a chance where he should have passed the ball to Andreas Pereira and he didn't. But yeah, so adding that here. Let's see the average positions because I haven't added them. I hope this content is interesting for you because for sure it's very good for me to prepare that way, because I know what the teams are doing. I can write notes for games that I've just watched, and it's far better doing it that way. So adding the subs. Okay, I'm putting that here. So they played alright versus Liverpool. Bobby de Cordova didn't pass to Andreas when the score was 0-1. Okay, something else to discuss. Andreas advanced. Okay, that's for that game. And now let's add Gameweek 22. So it is Chelsea again. Okay, here we should go. My thoughts on that game: Chelsea were the better sides. I mean, they were just better. Only a couple of changes. I can write that Fulham were tired for sure, because it was a high tempo game against Liverpool, then it was a high tempo game against Chelsea, so the situation is not ideal for them. But now they have some rest, so they can refresh the batteries and be fully charged to tackle the next fixtures in FA Cup, Carabao Cup. Their next fixture is against Liverpool, so it may be once more again a hard game. But if you see the average positions, they were defending a lot more. So let's put that here. So basically, number 19, Rodrigo Muniz, they were just attacking at the end. Fulham were tired. Harry Wilson missed the biggest chance. Jimenez was holding the ball well, but and missed their best chance in the second half. That's what I can take from that game. Anything else? Stupid penalty, but I shouldn't add that. So okay, we're done with Fulham and Chelsea's game. Now let's get to the more interesting game in my opinion. It was Newcastle Manchester City. So in my honest opinion, Manchester City dominated the game for around 80 minutes, maybe 85. There was a pretty bad injury to Ederson at the start of the game, but the good news for them is KDB came on and he was a threat for sure. He orchestrated everything, he was so good, but they are leaky at their defense, so I would think about investing in their defense, but not by much. We have to see if Ederson is out, for how long. Is Ortega Moreno a great option in goalkeeper's position right now. If you have a luxury to bring in a spare player, is Haaland going to be back? So we will put some players from City for sure on the watch list. By Newcastle, Isaac scored his regular goal. With his one chance, he scored one goal, and then he had another chance, but he missed it. And then Gordon scored surely a good goal, but the biggest change here was KDB, and he was so good. So let's start by adding some things for let's start by Newcastle. So I'm adding the Newcastle piece here. I'm closing the Fulham one. So yeah, let's go to Newcastle. I think I've covered their FA Cup fixture, yes. So we have to see game week 21. I think I made a mistake for the Fulham. It is game week 21, not 22. Yes, it's game week 22. So I'm fixing that mistake. I'm putting that here. It is Newcastle 2 against Man City. Okay, let's put the lineup. It is lineups. Okay, some notes. They defended in a 4-5-1 and it was an obvious 4-5-1. Isaac was so far ahead from the rest of the team. They were just in such a low block. They defended alright up until KDB joined, but basically they made only one sub. They didn't change a lot. So in my belief, that was a pure mistake because they needed fresher legs, but they don't have anyone basically to come on. So it's a little bit tricky. Okay. Okay, let's leave it like that. Then we can add the average positions for sure. So yeah, a complete 4-5-1, and Trippier was mostly on the same level as Almiron. Almiron didn't have a lot of chances. When the sub came on, nothing changed basically. It was only Gordon and the defender came on. So a solid, let's make that a little bit smaller, a solid 5-1 4-5-1. Isaac and Gordon converting pretty well. Dangerous on the counter. Okay. Something else. Midfield was not as aggressive as I was expecting. Is it the same lineup? Amron, Isaac, Gordon. No, it's Joelinton, but Joelinton is out, so it's Miley. But yeah, the rest is the same. So that's going to be their lineup up until their midfielders are back to form. It's too bad for their form because they were very, very bad this game. I don't like them very much, but yeah, they almost got the result. So we're done with Newcastle. Now let's rack up with City, because here we have a lot more to discuss. So game week 21, we go to Newcastle 2, 3, Man City. Then we go to Manchester City side. We put it like that. So basically from Manchester City side, Bernardo Silva ran the game in the first half. KDB ran it after the sub in the second. He was so good. I wasn't impressed by Doku. I will write that for sure. I didn't like how he performed. Ortega maybe is now an option. So we have a lot of things to add here to the list. So yeah. Come on. Okay. Several unused subs. As you can see, Jack Grealish, Mateus Nunes. But yeah, let's put now the average position. I believe that, yeah, it's a 2-5-3 basically. And then when KGB came on, he was playing a lot on the right side of Alvarez, so I will write that as well. So let's put firstly the important thing. It was a 2-5-3 in attack, but leaky on defense. Bernardo was controlling the game in the first half and he was a great danger. Foden wasn't central this time. Alvarez missed a sitter and one more good chance. KGB is back and he was instrumental for their win. Played on the right of Alvarez, so we have to see if that's going to be the case when Haaland returns. So yeah, that's what I can say. He is on set pieces, so Alvarez is off everything apart from fence. So I'll make that smaller just to fit this page. Okay, so yeah, that's what I can add for the City game. So yeah, I believe that's a pretty good thing. Foden wasn't central, that's bad because he was my transfer, but maybe he will change positions once again in the second half, the next games, so we have a lot of time to discuss his presence. But City were good, alright, they controlled a lot of the game. So yeah, now let's move to the more interesting part for overview. As I was saying, if you want to show your support and want to be part of the community, subscribe to the channel, because I need all of your help to grow and to reach much more people. And I hope that I help you reach much higher highs and do the analysis instead of you, so you can watch me instead of gathering data. I'm gathering it for you here together, and if you can add something that I'm missing, it's going to be much appreciated. So let's start with, okay, let's make that a little bit smaller. Okay, I'm starting with Burnley and Luton, and the guy that I want to discuss is defender from Luton. Okay, the price is, let's go to transfers. The price is 4.5. I believe that it's a pretty good player to watch, and he's a good transfer option. So Palmer. Okay, I will not write this. Palmer. Let's put it like that. What's that? Okay. So Palmer 5.7. Next up is Sterling. Those are players that did alright. We're going to take a look at them in depth throughout the week, but that's a hell of a list to start just by the top of my head. Gusto did alright. I think he's 4.2. Anyone else from that game that got my attention? So Dochi, Palmer, Sterling, Gusto. Even though the fixture run isn't amazing, we will discuss fixture run. But yeah, let's add the M so it's known. So yeah, the fixture run is right now not important. I'm just writing players that impressed me throughout this week. and we're going to update that list or remove that list players from that list in future weeks. So yeah, it's for now for Gameweek 22, but for the future we are going to extend it more. So now we're going to Newcastle. It's Baaaack who impressed me a lot because he scored once again, so he's 7.6. Good fixture run, by the way, so he is a great option. Gordon, of course. So Gordon is 6.1. 6.1 M, let's not forget the M. And now we get to City, so it's Ortega. He is 3.8, so maybe an option if Ederson is out. We're not sure, but 3.8 for a City defender. Even if he performs badly, it's okay. So KDB for sure. De Bruyne, it's 10.3. Next up is Foden. Okay. So this list will become bigger and bigger, so I might have been mistaken. It is going to get larger than the list that we have from the midfielders option, because here we're introducing everything. Bernardo did alright. He is 6.5. So yeah, those are the players that impressed me. Doku didn't. I didn't like him at all. How he played, everything was just rushed and it was just not good. But for 6 games, 10 players, it looks alright. We can add Haaland to that. Let's not forget him, because if he is injury free, I'm adding players based on the knowledge that we have now, not on the knowledge that we have throughout the week. We are going to clean that list in the future, so we'll have a separate video where we're going to clean the list. Maybe it's going to be a transfer tip video, but now the transfer targets are just players that performed well and keep performing well for several weeks, like Palmer, like Gordon, like Foden. Players that are either going to be a pretty integral part of their squads when they return, or pretty good players that performed really well in that week. To finish up the video today, we're going to see if the points are now added. Yes, they're added, so Palmer bonus here. No one else from my sides gets the bonus. As you can see, I lost several places because first of all, Palmer is a captain for a lot of players. Second of all, my City players didn't perform, so I'm expecting maybe a Stupinian, Douglas Lewis, Saka, and Dawson and Archer, or Trent or Bowen, whoever plays, to perform better, because I need some points, or this is going to be the first red arrow in a while. But we have 7 fixtures more, so we have a lot of time to gain up some rank. Maybe tomorrow will be an even bigger red arrow, because Spurs are playing and I don't own any of their attackers. But we have to see, maybe they win by a goal by Pedro Porro. It's a chance, but Douglas Lewis and Watkins are playing, so I can rank up there. A lot of things can happen tomorrow or for today for you guys, or it's even in the past and you already watched the thing. But yeah, as already said, I'm going to post daily, so be prepared for more videos. Like it, subscribe, do all that great stuff. But for now, guys, I'll be heading out. Bye.